Hello, good morning. It's Leah Zalams here from Sydney, Australia. And today's topic is about what causes you to stop and listen and maybe even take action on something a speaker is saying. And this comes about as yesterday I caught the tail end of Tanya Munro, the chief scientist for the Department of Science and Technology here in Australia. I caught the tail end of her press conference at the National Press Conference yesterday. And I've got to say, I was glued. And so I spent little time this morning reflecting on what it was that inspired me so much, seeing Tanya speaking. And of course, one of the things is the topic. The topic, being a scientist, she was talking about the value of STEM skills for the future of our workplace and economy. And STEM, of course, stands for science, technology, engineering, maths, and medicine. And so what are STEM skills? STEM skills are those skills of deep, complex problem solving, of analysing, of asking good scientific questions, creating good scientific experiments, and then being able to assess and analyse what is good data, what is good evidence, what makes a good conclusion. And of course, these are all the skills, as Tanya explained so eloquently, that in this fast-paced world of the amount of data that's being generated and the speed at which it's being generated, we need people to be able to come in and do that analytics and work with that data and make sense of it so that we can be making better evidence-based decisions. And so I got very excited about the way Tanya was talking. And I guess this is where, for me, I'm thinking, what is it about her delivery that caused me to stop and listen and take this and be inspired to be considering my own perspective on this. And because I myself am STEM trained, originally in biochemistry, and more recently in coaching psychology. So I am a STEM trained professional and a STEM trained coach. And I'm looking at that and what extra value that brings the clients I work with. And it is that solid, robust, evidence-based approach to how we problem solve, how we frame questions, how we actually do the business of finding that hinge that's going to swing the biggest door. But coming back to Tanya and her delivery, and what was it, apart from the content for me, because there was a meeting of minds on the content, but she was clearly comfortable in her skin. She looked like she was enjoying the podium, and she talked plain English. She talked, obviously it was a mixed environment in that room. She was not talking the typical gobbledygook or complex jargon of science and technology. She was talking plain English. Someone asked her the question, why are STEM skills so important? And she answered that with such eloquence and such logic and simplicity. And that really inspired me. And of course, so it was her delivery, it was her language, and the conviction about the value of the deliverable, the value of the science and tech trained professionals in our business world, in our the world to bring innovation forward and to create better outcomes. And particularly as increasingly we are becoming increasingly data-driven. But anyway, back to what was it about the compelling message here and about what caused me to stop, listen, and reflect and see how I can take some of that on board and bring that into my practice and into my business. And it was clearly that absolute solid alignment of her personal values and business values. Now, I don't know Tanya personally, so I can't be categoric about that, but the way she was delivering, the way she was handling herself, the way she handled questions, and her passion for her subject, but the value of the deliverable, not just the information itself, not just the process of discovery itself, but what that makes possible for all of us in going forward in the future. And of course, the topic of helping more girls and women to take STEM subjects at university and stay in science and tech roles, so that they too, and they can so that we have an equal representation, which is so important as well. But coming back to the delivery of the message and the conviction, the alignment of values, the confidence with which she delivered her message, and the value of the deliverable, what it's going to do for people, why the message matters, why the topic matters, and why we all need to find that thing that matters to us, that we can then create and make a positive difference in the work we do. And that's how we find and create that ideal career, that ideal business, and something that will pay the bills and also fulfill something for us on the inside as well. So that's my message for you today. I want to know in the comments what causes you to stop and listen when you hear a speaker, and not only listen but take action, because that's really the name of the game. Otherwise, we're just gathering the information. If we don't do something with that information, we may as well not have gathered it in the first place, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know in the comments what inspires you to stop, listen, and take action. Thanks for watching.